Hello Gemini, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Gemini, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So with all that being said, Gemini, let's get started. How does Gemini currently view this relationship? So we do have the Tower, we do have the World, and then we also have the Three of Wands. It kind of looks like you learned your lesson. It just kind of looks like you were repeating the same vicious cycle with the same person over and over and over and over again. I think that you finally came to terms with the fact that, okay, this person's never going to change. The situation's never going to improve. I need to accept this already and just let this go and move forward and move on with my life. And that's exactly what I see you doing. Okay, nice. How does this person currently view this relationship? All right, so wait, hold on, my OCD is kicking in. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have the Two of Wands, we got the Eight of Pentacles, and then we also have the Temperance card to the Queen of Wands. It's like this person's contemplating, like, should I wait for Gemini? Should I wait for Gemini to like run back to me, or should I run back to them? Should I wait for Gemini to call me, or should I just call them? Should I wait for them to text me, or should I just text them? Like, there's a whole lot of that going on. So needless to say, this is somebody who still wants you and what they once upon a time had with you. Needless to say. Okay. How does Gemini currently feel? So we do have the Moon, we got the Seven of Pentacles, and then we also have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. We do have the Emperor. Okay. I do feel like you're very sad and disappointed that you didn't necessarily end up getting the outcome that you wanted, right? With this person in particular, because it looks like you wanted things to work out here between you and this person, but it kind of looks like, unfortunately, things didn't really work out the way that you were hoping it would. So you are a little sad and bummed out because of that. I am definitely getting that. But if it's one thing that I will say, Gemini, is this. I don't see you allowing yourself to like dwell on, you know, this person and what you once upon a time had with them. I don't see you doing any of that. I do kind of see you snapping out of it very, very quickly and just accepting the fact that, you know what, everything in life happens for a reason. It is what it is. And we do see you shifting your focus onto yourself, your growth, your expansion, your finances, your career, your business if you have one. I just see you keeping yourself extremely busy. Yeah, extremely busy. And I do feel like it is kind of helping you to not dwell so much on them and what could have been and what was and things like that. I do feel like it's definitely helping you not think about this person so much as far as like keeping yourself extremely busy / occupied is concerned. How does this person currently feel? All right, let's see. So we do have the Justice card. We got the Ace of Cups, and then we also have the Three of Pentacles. Then we have the Three of Cups to the Devil. And then we also have the Two of Pentacles to the Ten of Wands. As much as they want you and what they once upon a time had with you back in their life all over again, they just don't want to go back to dealing with whatever it is that they were dealing with. When the two of you were romantically involved with one another. It just kind of looks like you guys experienced more bad moments with one another than good moments with one another. Like, don't get me wrong, there was times where you guys experienced some pretty awesome moments with one another, but it kind of looks like, I don't know, it kind of looks like this relationship, it's one of those things where it's like the bad started to like outweigh the good. Is kind of what I'm getting. So as much as they want to fix or repair things here with you, they just can't help but to feel like, damn, like what if though? Like what if, you know, I do get them back and then things go back to the way it used to be where we're constantly fighting and at each other's throat and not getting along. Like what if that ends up happening? What if that ends up happening? I don't want to really go through this again. I don't really want to go through that again. Like it has that type of feel to it. Okay, so it looks like they want to work things out with you. They just don't want things to go back to the way it used to be. Okay. What actions will this person take towards Gemini or moving forward? So we do have the Six of Cups. We do have the Nine of Swords. And then we also have the Knight of Swords. Okay. In regards to what actions this person plans on taking in your direction and or moving forward, they're kind of harnessing the screw it energy, as I would like to call it, okay? It's like they're harnessing the energy of, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to call them. I'm just going to text them. And I guess I'll see, you know what I mean, if they still want to be with me or not. And you know what, screw it. If they do want to be with me and like things go back to the way it used to be, I'll just cross that bridge when I get there. Like it has that type of feel to it. All they know is that they want you back. Now, if they are able to get you back, whatever comes, comes. It's kind of like how they're looking at the situation. Tell me more about the Nine of Swords. Okay. We have the Five of Cups in the upright. We also have the King of Swords in the reverse, and then we also have the Emperor in the reverse. With the King of Swords coming out here in the reverse, that's kind of telling me that this person doesn't really know, honestly, what to anticipate and or expect when it comes down to you. Like, are you going to be open and receptive towards working things out or not? And if you choose not to, then what the hell am I going to do with my life? Like, it has that type of feel to it, like, then what the hell am I going to do with my life? Then what? You know what I mean? Like, so that's something that's crossing this individual's mind. And if they are able to get you back, you know what I mean? And things go back to the way, you know, it used to be, you know, then what are they going to do? Then what are they going to do? It's like they feel like they're in a situation they have freaking zero control over. Like they can't control, you know what I mean? If you decide to want nothing to do with them. They can't control if things go back to the way it used to be. But even though they can't control, you know, if you want to be with them or not, even though they can't control if things go back to the way it used to be between the two of y'all or not, all they do fucking know without a shadow of a doubt is they just don't want to lose you. That's all they do know. They just don't want to lose you. What actions will Gemini take towards this person or moving forward? So you will receive communication here from this person. I see you contemplating, though, if you should even answer their phone call and or text this human back is kind of what I'm gathering. Let's look at the Two of Pentacles, shall we? Tell me more about the Two of Pentacles. The thing is that you showed up as an emperor. Well, there had to have been a lot of like fights and arguments and disagreements. You guys may have felt extremely misunderstood. I'm also getting that as well. So you could have felt like this person just simply couldn't understand you or where you were coming from, and maybe they felt like you couldn't really understand them or where they were coming from, because you guys are both appearing as masculine energies. So it doesn't mean that this is like a relationship between two men, although that could be the case for some of you out there. This could, you know, also imply a relationship between a man and a woman and two women. So don't get caught up in the gender, because nothing's gender specific. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. Let's just focus on the energy. Masculine on masculine energy, there's bound to be tension, conflict, you know, misunderstandings, a whole lot of you feeling not, you know, understood by this person, you know, vice versa. So, you know, then there's that. So there could have been a whole lot of that going on. But tell me more about the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the Knight of Swords in the upright. And then we also have the Eight of Swords. I don't think that you're shocked or surprised that this person's hitting you up. I don't think you're shocked and surprised by it whatsoever. Here's the thing, Gemini. With the Knight of Pentacles coming out in the reverse to the Eight of Swords coming out here, that's kind of telling me that the fact that you were able to free yourself from this entire situation, God, how do I explain it? Because it kind of looks like when you were dealing with this person, it's like you found it like remotely impossible to break free from this connection. And it could have been because of your emotional attachment to this person. That's definitely a possibility. But there's just something about it being extremely challenging and difficult for you to break free from this connection for whatever reason. I keep getting that for you. And the fact that you were able to find a way to break free from this entire situation to then go back now, it's just not something that you want to do, you know? You just don't want to put yourself in that predicament all over again where you find yourself dealing with someone who continues to put you through X, Y, and Z. You just don't. I don't know why I keep getting it was very hard for you to break free from this connection. For whatever reason, it kind of looks like it was. But the fact that you managed to find a way to like break free from this was a blessing in itself. But to then go back now, you're just like, yeah, no, I don't really want to do that, you know? What's the outcome here between these two? Yeah, the Seven of Wands, we got the Sun, we have the Page of Cups, and then we also have the Four of Cups out here. This to me feels like two separate energies. You know, a lot of you feel like if you were to allow yourself to give into this entire situation all over again, you would just be compromising a lot of things, like your peace, your you know, sanity, you know, I mean, the list goes on and on. You feel like you would just be compromising absolutely everything if you allow yourself to get sucked back into this entire situation between the two of you. The temptation to respond is definitely there, but it's like, I see you kind of reminding yourself like, okay, if I allow myself to give into this entire situation, you know, I'm going to go back to dealing with this. I'm going to go back to dealing with that. And do I really want to go through this? Do I really want to go through that? And it kind of looks like the answer is no. No. It looks like your life is a lot better without this person in it versus with this person in it. In other words, it looks like you have peace now, something that you didn't have with this individual. It looks like, you know, you're not stressing anymore like you were when you were with this person, you know, like a lot of things have essentially improved on your behalf since you parted ways from this individual. And a lot of you feel like if you go back now, you're just going to be compromising absolutely everything, your peace, your harmony, your sanity, your growth, your expansion, like your happiness, your joy. Like you feel like you would be compromising all of those things. And in your head, it just doesn't appear to be worth it. To sacrifice all of those things just to have this person back, like it just doesn't seem to be worth it in your eyes, at least. It just doesn't. So you may or may not respond back. You know, it's like a 50-50. Some of you might decide to respond back and some of you may not, you know, decide to essentially respond back. But there's like a 50-50 chance that they might get a response back from you is what I'm gathering. All right, so that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.